Hello everyone, MFPallytime here. Welcome back to Warframe. We are inside of the simulacrium. I said in the last video I wanted to unlock this place and I was finally able to do so. I am let down a little bit though. Because of my current mastery rating, I'm only able to spawn level 75 enemies. I was hoping to spawn level 100s right out of the gate, but that just gives me yet another goal to work towards in this game. We're gonna have to up my mastery rank just a little bit more, but in today's video, I wanted to show off a build that I have for the Soma Prime. Actually, I'm going to show you two builds, and I would love to know what you guys think of them down in the comments. And if you think you have a better build for the Soma Prime, please be sure to leave your feedback for that too. By doing so, you're only helping the community. I'm not saying I'm always right. I'm just here to maybe open your eyes a little bit to new things. So the Soma Prime, why would you want to use this gun? Well, first of all, when the Soma was added to the game way back in the day when I used to play, it was revered as the best weapon. Then, the Soma Prime came out and it was an improvement in every way. So I would say that's a pretty good place to start. Now, tons of weapons have been added since then, and, this may not be the reigning champion anymore, but it is still quite strong. It has a really good crit chance. Let's go in here and I'll be able to show you that. It has a really good crit chance by default. This is level 1 weapon, no mods added. Decent accuracy to medium and long range, and its fire rate's not bad, but really the magazine size on this bad boy is just incredible. 200 shots in a single magazine. Now, you do have a reload time of 3 seconds, which may seem like a long time to some of you, but if you think about it objectively, other guns will will be reloading much more firing 200 shots. So really, the 3-second reload time has never bothered me at all with this gun. You're going to be able to clear out a room no problem with that magazine in most cases, and then your reload time is basically just time you're spending running around anyway. So the first build I want to show you is pretty straightforward. It's an ancient build for the Soma. It's been around forever. So we have serration and heavy caliber to increase the damage. It does lower the accuracy a little bit when you add in the heavy caliber, but don't worry, it's still worth the damage increase. We have split chamber as well for the multi-shot, again, really increasing the damage of the weapon. And then to take advantage of its great critical hit chance, we are going to be adding in the point strike mod and the vital sense mod to increase the critical hit chance and the damage of those crits. Then again, because I have this this ready for the void, I spend a ton of time in the void with my friends, but you can add in really any elemental effect you want here. It's totally interchangeable. We did go for infected clip and stormbringer. This is going to add corrosive damage, which really helps out in the void. And then I added in these cryo rounds just to try to help the Soma Prime cut through shields a little bit easier. Now, this is going to take 4 Forma if you want to achieve this exact build. And again, this build has been around forever. It's very reliable. And if you want to use a Soma, this is a fantastic place to start. Now, again, I just unlocked this place. I didn't actually know how it worked, so I'm not able to summon in all kinds of enemies, but we can go ahead and spawn in 20 enemies, make them level 75, and see how the weapon holds up. And again, I will work on unlocking more characters for these. I will work on getting my mastery rank up just a little bit higher, because I do want to fight those level 100 enemies so you can see how these weapons hold up at the end game, but that's going to be something I have to work for, unfortunately. So this is a relatively diverse selection of enemies. We'll go ahead and spawn them in. Again, they are going to be level 75, which, is relatively high. It's not the end of end game, but I would say it's getting close. And as you can see, this build has been around for a long time for a reason. You're going to be able to rip right through most targets you come across, no problem. Only using 50 shots in this magazine so far, and we've taken down several targets. Okay, we have an ancient healer here somewhere. Let's go ahead. Rhino stomps these guys up into the air, control the battlefield a little bit more. There we go. Always prioritizing targets is pretty important. Taking out those high value ancient healers is always going to be good. But as you can see, the weapon performs just fine. And the reload time, all things considered, when you consider how many enemies I've taken down, is this really that big of a deal? I really don't think so. This is one of my favorite weapons that I've gotten my hand on since playing the game again, and I think it's for good reason. What do you guys think? So the other build I want to show you after I clean up these last few guys is using some newer mods that were just added into the game recently through some of the events. And it kind of changes up the playstyle a little bit, so it may not be for everyone, but I do think it pulls out about the same amount of damage, if not better. And it's a playstyle I enjoy a little bit more. So the builds are going to look pretty similar. We are going to have, just like before, Serration and Heavy Caliber to increase our damage. Split Chamber for the multi-shot, Stormbringer and Infected Clip for the corrosive effect because we're going up against opponents in the Void. Then we have Vital Sense for the increased critical damage, and Point Strike for the increased critical chance. Again, bringing the weapon up to a 75% chance to crit. But then, instead of adding in another element, we add in the Argon scope. And this build is actually achievable, I believe, with only 3 Forma. I hope that is accurate. So I don't think you need that 4th Forma if you want to make this build happen. But the Argon scope, what it does is when you achieve a headshot while zooming in with your weapon, so while you're holding down right click on PC, you are then going to get a 135% chance to critical hit while you're aiming down the weapon sights for the next 9 seconds. And that can be incredibly powerful. So I'll go ahead and try to spawn in the same enemies again, about the same number. We have 2 of these guys. And you can see that with this particular build, the Soma is actually able to achieve red critical hits, which I believe is the weapon achieving 2 critical hits in 1 shot, basically. Red crits are super powerful. And it rips through targets really, really easy. Now, of course, this does take a little bit of a playstyle change in order to really take effect. If you want to get the most out of it, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because you will have to aim down your scope significantly more. But if you're the type of player that likes to go for headshots, this is I think it's incredibly rewarding. Of course, as I go in and die because I wasn't watching my Rhino shield, I think it's incredibly rewarding to just rip targets apart like this. Let's just go ahead and spawn 20 of these guys. Why not? Now, again, it is a bit of a mentality shift because you do constantly have to be going for these headshots, which is something I do anyway. Now, of course, you can stop scoping in and kind of, you know, reassess your targets and shit like that. You don't have to just be looking down the scope at all times. You actually have a buff at the top right of the screen. You can see it ticking down right now. 3, 2, 1, and gone. And then when we get a headshot, that buff will return. And this is when you're able to get red crits no matter where you hit on the body. And I really, really like this build. And if it's not better than the old-timey build, it's at least comparable. It's at least as good, I think. So I would love to know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm so glad I finally was able to unlock this place. So glad I was finally able to start doing some of these weapon builds. I think this is a fantastic one. But again, if you think you have a better build or you have some constructive criticism for my own, I would love to hear it. Again, these are just my builds for the Soma Prime. Do I think it's worth picking up? Do I think it's worth your time to try to farm and use this thing in battle? Absolutely. The Soma's a great weapon. Just a great weapon. So I want to thank you all for watching today's video. We're going to be looking at some more weapons in the future now that I have this place unlocked. But of course, I have to scan some more enemies because there is a lot to add into this place. And as you all know, I'm a bit of a completionist when it comes to this game. But thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, if you found this video helpful, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button. And I will see you all in Warframe again very soon. Okay, bye.